Face reality, people. Movies are dead. Games are dead. Narrative? Dead.
Media is nothing but neural trigger response and viral conditioning.
Wait, what are you two talking about?
All right, we got a little sports reaction for you. Mase and Cameron think Paul George doesn't love basketball anymore. That's already hilarious. I have not seen this. I'm hoping I laugh my ass off, though. All right. Without further ado, here we go. Here's Mase and Cam.
So now Paul George, so he calls podcasting therapeutic. He said, when I started my podcast, I knew there was going to be some backlash. I knew there was going to be people that had things to say about it. He's an athlete. He should be in the gym 24 hours out of the day. But to be honest, it's therapeutic. It's a chance for me to talk about things that go on in sports that I probably would hold on to. So just hearing that, especially given the Sixers record, he's not playing. What do you think of his reasoning, Mase?
Shout out to Paul George. I wish you well, man. I hope you get better. Man, I was supposed to be all positive today, you know. But this is messing me up right now. What did he say again?
Yeah, basically he said that it's therapeutic. He gets to talk about things that he usually wouldn't get to talk about.
Excuses.
Shout out to the GOAT, man.
That's terrible.
Shout out to the GOAT. Yeah.
You know what's crazy is that we sit up here and joke about this shit.
Yeah, I think the GOAT comment jinxed him. I think the young niggas calling him the GOAT jinxed him.
I don't even think it's about his skill set. I think it's about his mindset.
I agree.
Because I talked about this on yesterday's show. When he said he was going to stop podcasting and focus on basketball, this first game after he said that, he had some crazy numbers. I don't know if it was a triple-double, but he had some really good numbers. I'm like, okay, here we go. But see, I heard this earlier, and I'm going to bring this up really quick and in reference to, like I said, I've been catching up on a lot of different things. And Brock Purdy made a statement, and I know we're jumping to football real quick. Brock Purdy made a statement. We don't have that on our topics today, do we?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
No.
cool. I just didn't want to jump the gun. Brock Purdy made a statement on a podcast, on these fucking podcasts, these players in these fucking podcasts. But he made a statement on a podcast saying that, you know, talking about how last season the San Francisco 49ers didn't play good, and it's crazy. And basically, when you're sitting there and you playing into February or end of January with the playoffs, you basically have 5-6 weeks off before you have to repeat the spring camp or whatever camp it is, and then you get off for another week, and then you got to do summer shit, this, that, and the third, and then after that, get ready for the regular season. He's like, yo, man, it gets tiring, bro. You know, we're tired, man. As players, this, that, and the third, and I'm like, and you want niggas to give you $50 million a year. That's this what you say in the middle of contract negotiation, you dumb motherfucker? You ain't supposed to say that. Because if you tired, you don't think Patrick Mahomes is exhausted, nigga? Patrick Mahomes play longer than you, nigga, every year. Every year. Did you hear that coming out of Kelsey mouth? Or Patrick Mahomes?
I mean, that shit. That was like the beginning of the downfall of his image. Anthony Edwards, when he said that shit. When they were playing Dallas in the middle of the fucking playoff run, and this fool said, "We're tired." I'm like, yo, you don't ever admit that. You don't ever say that shit out loud. As an athlete, you don't ever say that. So that anyone can fucking hear you say it. No fucking chance, bro. That was crazy, bro. Not gonna, that was fucking actually crazy. But all right, here we go. Oh, we're tired.
Every year.
What?
Did you hear that coming out of Kelsey mouth? Or Patrick Mahomes' mouth? Or Tyreek Hill mouth? Pause. Out of all these players who play way longer than you play every year, Brock Purdy, Not just 1 year, year after year after year after year, they play longer than you. And you know what? They probably show up to training camp before you show up to training camp because they want to play longer than you again next season. Why would you say this and you in the middle of a contract negotiation? We just seen a nigga get benched in the middle of the season, Richardson, for saying he was tired. They threw Flacco in because the nigga said he was tired. What the fuck do y'all niggas be saying? Do y'all niggas know how to shut the fuck up? You know how to shut the fuck up? Back to Paul George. The reason I brought this up, why would you make this statement after you got paid all this money from the NBA, pardon me, from the Philadelphia 76ers? You didn't do good this year. You played when you wanted to play. Y'all didn't make the playoffs, which means y'all didn't make the playoffs in 2015-16 season. And then you sit there talking about, yo, not say, you know what, I'm going to get ready this summer, get my body together, get in shape, so next year I can make the Philadelphia fans proud and get the Sixers back to where they want to be. No. Podcasting is therapeutic. That's what you go to after the season just happened. The reason he's doing this, everybody, because he's lining y'all up to let you know Podcast P is coming back. This the advertisement. He's letting you know this now. It's therapeutic. I get to talk about things I can't talk about anywhere else with nobody else. He not telling Philadelphia we gonna be all right. I'm telling you it's therapeutic, and be on the lookout because we coming back April 15th with the Podcast P show. This was nothing but a commercial.
The trailer.
You know Podcast P is coming back. Whether the Philadelphia 76ers are in the playoffs or not in the playoffs, fuck my money I'm getting next year because next year I'm making $53 million regardless with the 76ers. After that, I'm probably gonna make $57 million. I'm locked in. So I'm telling you it was therapeutic to me because I already gaffled these niggas for 200. Y'all niggas wild, bro.
You
Y'all
say
niggas,
gaffled?
It's okay to shut up. It's okay to be quiet because what's going to happen, and you can ask a plethora of players, but most recently, ask motherfucking Ben Simmons how Philadelphia they'll turn their back on you. Forget Ben Simmons. Ask Joel Embiid you ain't gonna ask because you probably was there, how they booed him this season for not performing up to par. They will boo you. They will run you out of town. You want to run and hide. The Philadelphia fans do not play. Pick and choose what you say out loud, bro. All you niggas, man.
So this is what you meant when you said why he couldn't be GOAT. It's not first.
Well, it's a couple things, Murder. I never thought he was the GOAT anyway because you didn't win. Yeah. It was a time when he was in Indiana with the Pacers. He was this close behind LeBron.
When LeBron hit that shot out the backboard.
Right. I'm talking about a couple years. It was a couple years where it's like, this Paul George nigga might catch LeBron. He never did it, but he was right there.
He's not lying. When I remember that shit, bro. When Paul George was like a certain height, bro. And then, like a year later, he grew like 2 or 3. Pause. He grew like 2 or 3 inches. And then but he kept the guard skills he had. And I was like, oh fuck, this dude was doing windmill on a fast break type shit. Like Paul George was like, yo, you're the fucking dude now. And then he did a uncalculated, unintelligent version of what LeBron did. He bounced from team to team, but he didn't have guarantees there. You know what I mean? It was I mean not contract wise, but teammates wise. Yo, guaranteed winning, right? He didn't set those guarantees up like LeBron does, right?
Don't forget the injury too, bro. The injury.
Yeah. The leg snapping. Yeah. That was crazy, but still, I mean, yeah. He. So Cam's kind of. He's kind of right. I think he's in there. Yeah.
No, he was right that as far as there was a time when Paul George, you could have been that dude.
Yeah, he got all that. He had a crazy playoff too against them.
Yeah, Kawhi and Paul George had before they both got hurt. Where Kawhi had Golden State shook, and then Zaza Pachulia did that shit to his ankle, and it was over.
Conveniently put his foot under
what
his
Golden
foot.
State happened if Kawhi prime Kawhi in San Antonio.
Yeah. I mean, if he didn't have whatever disputes he had with the organization, if Kawhi stayed there, they would have been willing to, because the players with giant contracts were like on the doorstep of retiring, right? Which means they would have had money and they would have spent it on players. They would have surrounded them with fucking
Well,
players.
they found DeJounte Murray. They drafted him.
Yeah. Well, I don't even mean draft.
Like,
I mean like free agents. They would have got players.
Oh yeah, that too.
I mean,
like who's the KD when they got in San Antonio after the if Kawhi was healthy and still there.
I mean, Kawhi, Jimmy Butlered, but he actually got the titles twice. He did it twice, bro. Got 2 titles out of it.
Kawhi is like, yo, when the lights are bright, it's Kawhi. Kawhi got that dog in him. He got that killer, the closer shit.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Paul George he was playing MAGA in the fucking playoffs too.
He was.
That was his rise right there.
At a certain point, it became more about like, yeah, I'm gonna sit over here in the corner and shoot some threes. What the all encompassing? He was on a Kobe trajectory. Then he stopped being Kobe.
I mean, well, I didn't see any. Okay, I mean, like hindsight, I didn't see any Kobe, but in the meantime, like what was happening?
Kind of you know what I mean by that kind of player? Like Curry can never be Kobe.
I mean, I didn't see Kobe. I didn't see Kobe yet. I didn't see that when I was watching.
No, I didn't see that. I'm saying the player, not the whole pause, not the whole package. I'm saying the player profile.
But okay, in real time, we saw Kawhi, or at least for me,
yeah.
I saw Kawhi, and I'm like, okay, this guy. Not only does he have like the archetype of like one of those like shooting guard, small forward, fucking savages that can score, hit the clutch fucking basket and all that shit. But he's also like he's about winning too. Like he wins games. Like
he's about winning, bro. Yeah.
I did not see that about Paul George yet. Even when he was doing that crazy shit in Indiana.
I can't say I did either. Fair enough. I see what you're saying.
All right. But Cam does have a point. Like that was definitely out there as like a thought. Like he was like you were saying too. He wasn't maybe the next Kobe or even LeBron because he fucking grew to like 6'8" or 9" or whatever the fuck over a summer.
I gotta pause. I gotta have it. This guy gets the ball, and it's also he can defend a little. He can do all the ancillary things, and he's the man of the team.
When he plays defense, he's an all-world defender. If he actually plays hard at it, he can play defense. Right?
But I mean, like that's the thing you gotta keep it. That's why I brought up the injury. It looks like he. What's the word? I struggle with that word. Compartmentalize. Compartmentalize his game.
Yeah.
So he definitely like he's like, all right, I have spurts. Spurts then became rare sightings. It went from spurts to rare sightings on defense. Unfortunately, that's the case though.
No, that's definitely true. And I think his offense did the same when he went. Something about him on the fucking Clippers. Where I'm like,
Clippers, he was an all-star player, and then this year he was like, "Yo, what happened?"
I don't know. Him on the Clippers looked like he would just pick random spots to make sure he got his 20 points. That's what it fucking looked like. Which is
definitely. Well, there's also remember Kwame Brown said it, but also Melo said this that Jordan told him this. He's like, "Yo, try to get 7 points a quarter or something."
That's a stupid way to fuck that, bro.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is that these players think that way. That's the analytics behind the game of you see a good matchup, and you're like playing hero ball when you see good matchups, and like they probably break that shit down into by rotation what the coach usually does. Points of the game. They know that they do advanced scouting on that. And everyone's on board. Like, yo, this is how we're gonna maximize parts of the game. Like they break the game down into quadrants of a quarter.
Yeah.
based on rotations.
I'm gonna hit play soon, but there's not what Cam said. There's nothing more damning than that. Than like, oh no, you already got your money, so you're good. Like you're not gonna like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna Derek Jeter your way through this. Like you're not that guy. You got your money. That. You're gonna go relax, go do your podcast. You'll do your little trailer or your little preview of your podcast, and then you're good. You're not like, you're not some motherfucker that's like hungry to win. Like they're like desperate, like MJ, like Jeter.
Yeah.
Even LeBron has more of a desperation to win than this fucking bullshit.
Yeah, than this.
Let's be real. But Curry too, yeah. Kobe definitely, like, but what? All right.
I'd say even Giannis, bro.
Yeah, KG back in, bro. These guys were like, there was a pride. They're already multi-millionaires, but there was a pride.
Yeah,
there was a pride thing about it.
Yeah, like nah, I got to be the best of the best.
Yeah.
King of the Hill.
I think that's what Cam's calling out, but let's let him. There you go.
This Paul George nigga might catch LeBron. He never did it, but he was right there. And it just never panned out.
There was hopes.
So that's, to me, you never been to a championship. And sometimes we sit there and analyze old players and be like, how he was good, he never made it to the championship. Well, we could sit there and look at a couple people. Let's just throw a couple names out there, right? Who never won a championship. Karl Malone never won a championship.
He's a killer, though.
And
he's a killer,
league MVP.
Yeah.
He's a fucking killer, though. Karl Malone's a fucking killer. Yeah. He's going to say Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley's a fucking killer. These guys are killers.
Yeah. Paul G's I don't even know who Paul George is.
You're not in, no, he's not in that category. Sorry.
No, he's not.
He's nowhere near those motherfuckers. But, all right, let's hear Cam's list for this.
Karl Malone never won a championship. Been to a championship and has a league MVP.
Yep.
Let's talk about Charles Barkley. Never won a championship. Been to a championship. Has a league MVP. Let's talk about Reggie Miller. Never won a championship.
Another killer.
Been to a championship. Let's talk about Patrick Ewing. Never won a
Another
championship.
Killer.
Been to a championship. So these are great players, but at least they got there.
Yeah.
They were desperate for it.
So that's that. Then the second thing is this. It's Murder's slogan. Let's keep the first thing first. And obviously, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Basketball is not the first thing no more.
Yeah.
For him. It's not the first thing. And that's just that. We're going to have to live with that as basketball analysts, fans, or anything else. Basketball for Paul George, and it's fine. It's fine. I'm glad, you know what? I'd rather you tell us so we know. Basketball is not the first priority for you.
Just say it.
I'm not talking about
That's what I say with these political mothers. Joe, just say it, bro. Like,
just say the shit, bro. Say it with your chest, bro.
Not going to be fucking, like, throw the fucking world at you. Just say it. I mean, I'll talk about it, but like, you know, just say it though.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, basketball ain't the first thing. I got a family. I got a wife.
We're not talking about that.
We're talking about career-wise.
Yeah.
Career-wise, this is not the first thing for you. Career-wise,
here goes podcast Pete.
It's the first thing for you.
Yeah, like you play, like you're in high school or you're in school.
We're Paul, you get good
grades. Then you can go play sports, you know. Do your homework first, you know. And this is what it's like with basketball. You do the basketball right, the podcast will be even more jumping because now you're a champion on a podcast.
So you true.
Even, you know, bless your podcast by performing greater as an athlete.
Now, I will say this. As someone who trained damn near every day trying to do something with sports, I'm telling it is a grind. Pause. Like it is. It's day in and day out, and you know what? Kicking back on a comfortable chair, and you got $50 million coming in next year.
Yeah.
Right. Just sitting back in a chair, just being able to just talk basketball. Just be a fan. Like, I would just say, just announce that you're like that, bro. Just do that, bro. Barry Sanders, he was like, bro, I want to take care of my knees and my shit. Like, I don't want to be limping out of my, like, when I leave.
Ricky Williams
football.
was like that too. Ricky Williams like deuce, bro.
He's like, yo, I'd rather smoke weed than do this right now. If you're gonna suspend me, but I'm gonna do this.
He was a savage, bro. He's like, this shit boring, bro.
And it's like, and you got all that money. Like, yeah, just fucking say it, bro. Maybe like I don't know, man. I don't know. But like, I understand the idea like that advertising. You got to advertise yourself as like the guy who like, oh no, I'm here to win at all costs. But like, you watch Paul George play, even when he's on the court, right? This year he's been a lot off the court. But when I watched him in LA, bro, it felt like he's just going through the fucking motions, man. I'm sure he had emotional moments and it's fun playing basketball, but it wasn't like Kobe's, MJ, Garnett.
Well, bro,
These killers, bro. He's not like that, man, at all.
it's like, yo, remember? Do you remember the video we did where what's that? I forgot that fucking Jelly Roll motherfucker we watched.
Who?
That dude that we saw that he was covering like, yo, Paul George is embarrassing, whatever. Remember we saw this dude?
Fuck, I don't remember who you're talking about.
The dude that kept calling Luca, he's 25 and a generational talent. He's 25.
Yeah, okay.
That guy, he did. Do you remember the video he did on Paul George that we watched?
No, I don't.
Oh man. Anyway,
I barely remember the guy himself.
but anyway, like, yo, Paul George is talking about his contract negotiations and whatever. And it's like, yo, like this guy talks about the game like it's a corporate spreadsheet, dude. It's like, yo, there's no heart behind what he's saying. It's all straight, like corporate talk from this guy. This guy's all money.
He's thinking corporate quarters, like NBA quarters.
Yeah, he's all nuts with business, bro. Like I look at a dude like Westbrook, I'm like, yo, that dude loves this shit, bro. I don't think you love this shit, Paul George.
Oh yeah, Westbrook's a fucking killer too, bro. He's not the most skilled, but that dude's a savage, bro. He plays his ass off, but yeah, good. Sorry. Oh, you're done? Okay. But yeah, Westbrook's a fucking savage. Paul George does not. I don't get any. Sorry. And it's like, yeah, Cam, Mase, they're right. Just tell her like, yo, I'm just not into it like that. You might even get like more relaxed. Like he might start scoring better, putting up better stats just by being relaxed out there, not trying to be fucking Kobe or MJ or LeBron or whatever the fuck. But, all right, here we go.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to have. I mean, maybe it's just me. I have a little bit of sympathy because I'm just like, dang, if it's like a mental health thing and that is therapeutic to you, like maybe fine. It's okay. Like, again, it's okay to go to therapy. It's okay to talk to somebody if you want to talk about some things. But on the other end, it's like you initially said you stopped your podcast because you wanted to focus on winning a championship. So by saying that, you're saying that it was a distraction.
Yeah.
So it's like, which one is it? Is it a distraction or is it really therapeutic for you?
Yeah, and if he needs therapy, I definitely suggest that he get one. Get some therapy. Pause for real. But
stop it, Mase.
The podcast that probably shouldn't be the great outlet of therapy because that means you're before people broken and constantly speaking or tired and constantly speaking, and that's never a good thing because there's no limit to the things you could say.
Yeah, and also real quick, there's so many tools, pause out here to as far as technology is concerned, as far as social media is concerned, as far as internet is concerned, to get your message out there, so on and so forth. Basketball was my therapy when I was growing up. If you're a basketball player, that's supposed to be therapy, nigga. Get out there and play. That take your mind away from all the other shit going on. That was the therapy. I didn't have the tools we have today. But basketball players' therapy is basketball.
We need Buddhist Cam again, bro. Come back to us. Tell him, like, listen, just let everyone know and go do your little podcast. Just leave it alone, bro. Cam's like, no, you're supposed to be a fucking. If you're gonna play, fucking play then, bro. Be a fucking killer. You gotta let him be podcast P if that's what he's gotta do, Cam. You gotta let him do it, man. we need Buddha Cameron back. Here we go.
I see mad players be like, yeah, this is my therapy. Now it ain't the therapy no more because you could go talk to niggas. I ain't jacking that shit, Mason. And Stat just said they giving you an out.
I just gotta look at both sides.
Yeah, I know, Stat. I know.
I gotta look at. Okay, so my last question, because that's a great point, and honestly,
We need Dalai Lama
that is, like, the
Cameron
argument.
back.
It's like, why are you looking at any other outlet if you
Let
are a
Paul
basketball
George
player?
do his
But just
thing.
food for thought, and I'm curious on what you guys think. If you feel like you are not where you once were, you feel like you typically play at a high level, you are not there anymore. I feel like, isn't that kind of a depressing thing? Like, it's a reminder, like, damn, I can't even play how I usually do. It could be one of those
Savages
things, like,
don't accept that.
I am not.
Yeah, that's
The Savages don't accept that. They just don't.
Hell no. Hell, I didn't even hear this part. Hell no.
MJ's like, I'm 48 years old. I'll come back. I'll hit some fadeaway jump shots. You watch this. They'll nah, not the top of the top motherfuckers. The 1%ers, they don't fucking think that way at all. Even when they retire, they're like, man, can I still do this? They think about coming back. Most likely, these motherfuckers, dude. In like every sport. But yeah. But if you're if Paul George, or I can't put Barry Sanders in that category because he was just a savage. Whenever he played all out, and he was just fucking savage, right? He didn't win too much.
I mean, that's that Johnson, Calvin Johnson.
Yeah. He's like, yo, I know I'm dominant, but I don't want to do this.
Andrew Luck, they're like, this shit fucked me up. I'm out of here.
Andrew Luck. Like, yeah. And there's motherfuckers like Tom Brady. If they retire, they're like, man, I can still do this. They fucking come back. It better be a perfect scenario, though. I need all pros at every fucking skill position. All right, here we go.
That's what I'm saying. Bezo, you saying something?
Nah, yeah. You see what he said? He get to talk about things he gonna get to talk about. That show you basketball is not the top priority. That comment right there show you basketball is not.
Yeah, I'm ready, bro. Paul George movie reviews, man.
It's an excuse.
I'll watch.
The answer to their question is,
and I'll judge them for it.
Stop stealing money, then, nigga. Keep robbing niggas, and this ain't, and you ain't good like that no more. You're stealing money, nigga. Give it.
That's a point. All right. For real though, that's a fucking point. But restructure your contract. Take $10 million a year. Take $10 million instead of $50 million, and
make it incentive based.
Exactly. Let them sign. Let the Sixers sign someone else, because otherwise you're holding them hostage, bro. $50 million a year. You and Embiid are holding them hostage right now. No joke.
Maxie makes fucking pennies compared to these guys.
So it's like, and they can't get any with you two on a team like that. They can't get anyone else, can they? Right? Like the money's all it's all being used, right? So there's no way they can fucking sign some other star to help Maxey out if he's the only one fucking playing. So yeah, nah. Cam's right on that point, bro. Like, take a pay cut. Like, for real. But is Paul gonna do that? How am I supposed to fund my podcast then? You need $50 million for your fucking podcast? You don't need that money for that, bro. You're good. All right, here we go.
Need that nigga. Keep robbing niggas, and this ain't, and you ain't good like that no more. You're stealing money, nigga. Give it back. Just robbed Philadelphia 76ers for hundreds of $1 million, and you told me I ain't like that no more. You're robbing niggas.
You said that?
No, I'm saying that. I'm just saying in general. What if it's just like, damn, like I can't play how I usually do? Like that shit sucks.
Get a bread back.
Yeah.
Get a bread back. That would be the.
Yeah, exactly. Come to the.
Can we get her to host our show, Anthony?
$1 for you. Hey, give some of that shit to the referees. Fuck is you talking about? I ain't like that no more, man. Get in the gym and get back like that. What you talking about, man? If that's the case.
And I'm just putting out hypotheticals because you just don't know. I'm just like, well, what if it's this? What if it's that?
If you feel like he's not like that no more, go get in a pickup game with people that you could dominate. Pause. And get your confidence back high and come back out there playing, because you're getting a lot of money, and when you're getting that kind of money, that's what I was speaking to earlier. It's hard to hear excuses from somebody that you.
Mase is one of the funniest guys. Like, No, like just the way he talks, it's like it looks like he's about to laugh after every other sentence, and it just makes me start laughing. Like he's like, "Are you about to laugh? Or are you just talking normally? What's going on?" This is the way Mase fucking talk. Like, yo, are you about to laugh? Or are you? Is someone do some weird shit behind the camera making you laugh? Like, I don't know. All right, here we go.
Come back out there playing because you're getting a lot of money, and when you're getting that kind of money, that's what I was speaking to earlier. It's hard.
Someone's making him laugh in the
background. That you're
background.
giving 150 million or
200 son.
yeah, 200 million, and somebody telling you, I'm just not there anymore. Well, how can we get some of the bread back? Will be my conversation.
Yeah.
You take all the time you need, but remember I said, if we're talking about a large amount of money, you don't get the time that you normally get because it's too much money being invested. This is a business, and a large portion of this cap salary has been devoted for you and set aside for you. So is very
the same the Yankees.
It's very ethical
or
to
Major
make
League
sure that
Baseball.
you're on that floor at your best because this is somebody's taking care of their family, and a lot of people lose their jobs behind things like this. You better believe somebody who thought about Bradley Beal being in Phoenix and this debacle, it's gonna cost somebody. We don't know exactly who, but somebody's gonna pay for this. And if Paul George doesn't perform, I got major love and respect for Paul George. But if he doesn't turn this around, somebody in Philadelphia might be in trouble because this is something they did to win. You don't spend $200 million of mine.
And that was the crazy shit with fucking.
Right? I wouldn't even say the person's name, but you give somebody
LA,
money
right?
and they don't perform, I would be like, yo, Killer, what's good?
What was this? It was LA, right? With the clip, he wanted a fucking no trade clause, and they were like, nah. He's like, I'll go to fucking Philly then. Bye. And Philly dished money out.
He said he left because he wanted a no trade clause, and they wouldn't give him the no trade clause.
And that shit, that makes that GM look like a fucking genius right now. Made him look like a fucking genius.
He didn't pay him. He promoted Norman Powell, and they're better.
Yo. Reckon. Alright, here we go.
What's up with homeboy? But
Caught in the
love
Mace.
is love.
Caught in the Mace a couple shows ago. When you get a large sum of money, you're obligated to give it back, especially if you're not performing, man.
Yeah.
Give the money back if you're not going to do what you're supposed to do, man. Mace said people with money are obligated. Give it to somebody.
Yeah.
Good points. Can't argue there.
I stand on that. Since therapeutic, you want to help people.
Yeah.
You're going through something. I didn't do well this year. Hey, if there's somebody watching this, need tuition, start helping people.
That's a positive way to look at it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But those are just hypotheticals.
Yeah, that shit ain't happening. There's no fucking chance.
Paul
probably already
not
gives to
specifically
charities.
Say what I said. I'm just saying, and I put it out there. So, in the comments, let us know what you guys think about him calling podcasting therapeutic.
Alright.
Yo, I got another video.
Well, Anthony, you know what? I want to make some food, bro. I'm hungry. How dare you?
Nah, go ahead. It's a good time. Go ahead.
Alright. There's the video. Kevin Mase talking about Paul George. It was funny, but I think a little bit more educational. As far as these goddamn athletes, man. You could tell they're more old school in their thought patterns. I'm sure they made videos about that. You ain't the same as it was before. Killer. Dipset.
He's like, Killer, what's wrong with these niggas? When he showed you the Pat Bev shit, the Pat Bev shit is legendary. You like Killer like Pat Bev? Like, yo, I'm a fan. He like, nah, fuck that. We ain't no fans. Choke you out, Pat. Choke you out. He had a gavel in his head. He's like, you rather be Mitch than Rico? What's wrong with you, nigga?
Oh, fuck. right. There's your reaction. Can't. What's the shit? It is what it is. Podcast. I think Paul George doesn't look masterful anymore. All right. There's your video.